Good of Shabbos, everyone. Parshas Vayakel, Shabbos Mevorchim Adar, and Parshas Shkolim, and Adar Beis, that is. So, in the Alter Rebbe this week discusses the question: why is it that when Hashem tells Moshe Rabbeinu about building the Mishkan, first he tells about the internal kelim, the menorah, the mizbeach, then he talks about the surrounding walls and the coverings, and then lastly he comes to Shabbos. When Moshe Rabbeinu speaks to the Jewish people, he first starts off with Shabbos, then he goes into the coverings, and then he goes into the kelim, the vessels that are inside the Mishkan. And Alter Rebbe answers a very fundamental point, that there's two perspectives. There's the perspective of Hashem, how Hashem sees things, and Hashem's goal is that we should reach the Shabbos, that we start off working from within. We build an environment from around. Kelim, the vessels, represent when we internalize something. Then we build an environment like the ariyos which cover the Mishkan. And eventually we reach the Shabbos, to the unity and the holiness of Shabbos. From the Jews' perspective, for our avodah, for our service to Hashem, we're trying to reach to make this world into a sanctuary for Hashem. Where do we have the strength and the koyach to create a sanctuary? First, we have to draw energy from Shabbos. From Shabbos, we bring an environment, the coverings of the Mishkan. And eventually, we try to make that the actual sanctuary, the internals of ourselves, are holy. You know, in Parshas Kisisa, on Shabbos Shkolim, we have another Torah from the Alter Rebbe that says the idea of Smiley Taches the Reishi. That the idea of Kisisa, like the Rebbe brings down the Medrash, that Moshe Rabbeinu, every generation, every Shabbos of Parshas Shkolim, Moshe Rabbeinu stands there in the synagogue, in the shul, in every single shul, wherever the Parshas Shkolim is being read, and helps the Jewish person elevate themselves through the idea of Shkolim. What's the idea of Shkolim? To bring yourself in the Siyas Reish, to elevate yourself. And sometimes, from our perspective of things, we look at things from Hashem, and we say, Small Deicha, things are negative, because we're looking from a different perspective. And we say, there's so many challenges. And Moshe Rabbeinu is showing us and helps us to understand that it's really Yeminim Mekarevis. All this is a positive. And I want to finish off with the Vort from I heard last week from the Chassam Sofer, an amazing Vort. From last week's Parsha, Moshe Rabbeinu asks Hashem, Harini Nais Kvodecha. I want to see God's face. I want to see God's presence, holiness. And Hashem says, you can't see my face, you can only see from behind, because for a person to see Hashem's face, you won't be able to survive. Chassam Sofer says an amazing thing, that a Jewish person asks Hashem, that when I'm facing a challenge, it's in front of me, it's in my face. Let me understand, let me see that this is godliness. Let me see God's hands. Let me see that everything that's happening to me is for the good. I want to understand it when it's happening. Hashem says no, because your job is to internalize everything. You have to bring from Shabbos all the way down to the mundane world, to the world that seems like separation. And if you were going to see everything for its absolute godliness, so not v'chai, you're not going to be able to live as a person has to live in this world. But what Hashem says is what I'm going to do is that you're going to see Hashem from behind. It means every time you're in a situation, you'll be able to look backwards, and as you see the situation clearing up, you'll see Hashem leaving the room, so to say, lahavdil. You'll see that God was there all along with you. I want to wish everyone a very happy Shabbos Shkolim, a very happy Shabbos Vayakel, and a Shabbos Mevorchim Adar Beis. And like the Rebbe says, 60 days of Adar. And if we haven't yet tapped into the energy and the simcha of Adar, don't start from step one this Shabbos. Jump in as if you're already 50% into Adar, into simcha. Elevate the past 30 days in a way of simcha that is so holy and so fast and so exciting, that we continue forward going into the second month of Adar. We reach the full 60 days, which Batal B'Shishim, we nullify everything that's negative in our life, and we should be able to have positive and energy and simcha till the simcha of Geula Shlema, the Karv Mamash. Good Shabbos.